The name of Betty Hutton on the marquees of movie theaters in the 40s and early 50s meant instant millions in box office dollars. Her energetic singing style and remarkable talents as a singer, actress, and comedienne made her one of the most popular stars of her time in such films as The Perils of Pauline, Incendiary Blonde, Annie Get Your Gun, and The Greatest Show on Earth. But then came the years of headlines, of divorces, financial woes, and drug addiction. But Betty Hutton has fought back and has come back. We're going to hear her courageous story as we join Betty in rehearsal with her composer friends Jay Livingston and Ray Evans.
I'm up here looking out, wonder what you are thinking all about. As I look in each face, can't help wondering what's taking place. I'll bet you're all saying to each other, I wonder how old she is. Yes, if I could read your minds and use analysis, your every thought, I bet I'd find, goes something like this. Why, I remember when I was going on 10. Now my grandson's just out of Yale. I hear her temper so bad that whenever she's mad, she'd make an army sergeant turn pale. Wait a minute. I want to go over and check. Let me check a note out here. Let's just start with
We have to start with you. That's what we didn't do too well.
Ray?
Yeah,
we didn't start
right.
right.
Yeah, right.
So
I
let's,
heard it.
all right, so just,
Where
I heard, from, I heard from some,
Okay, yeah.
I heard from someone,
Okay.
Mickey Rooney's her son, and she used to work charming snakes. How did she get so far? Betcha I'd be a star if I'd only gotten her breaks. Cousin Joe heard a rumor last summer. He got it straight from his old Uncle John, who got the inside rumor from her plumber that she once spent the night with Elton John. Ah! Well, I don't know what you know, but I swear. Okay, it's groovy. Okay.
Great.
That was good. Okay. Yes, we appear who entertain are always in the public domain. Would you believe not long ago I heard this while doing my show? There was a lady seated right down front. And do you know what I heard her say? She said, my dear, I heard from someone, Mickey Rooney's her son, and she used to work charming snakes. How did she get so far? Bitch, I'd be a star if I'd only gotten her breaks. Cousin Joe heard a rumor last summer. He got it straight from his old Uncle John, who got the inside rumor from her plumber that she once spent the night with Elton John. Ah! Well, I don't know what you know, but I swear it ain't so. Someone always has something to say. Well, I don't care what you're thinking, dear, long as you like the show up here. And it's Mr. Barnum. Oh, Mrs. Barnum. On the honeymoon day, the show starts right away. Yeah.
Hi, Betty.
You won an interview. You can see how nervous I am.
Oh,
I'm
listen.
sitting on one of your sound boxes.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
That was terrific.
Well, goodbye. Thanks. Bye-bye. That is
Ray, right?
Ray
Evans.
Jay Livingston is still at the piano. Jay Livingston and Ray Evans. I am here in honor of them. It is an evening at the Cannon Theater in honor of two of the greatest I'm out of breath. Two of the greatest songwriters.
Sure.
Two of the greatest songwriters that ever lived. And I started with them when I was 20 years old at Paramount. They wrote a song for me. I'm just a square in a social circle. Who put that fly in my soup? Soup, you know.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That was from the Stork Club.
The Stork Club, right. And Jack Latimer, who's my pianist,
he did
he's so dynamite. I've been with him since I was 25. And so this is like old home week, you know, to come here. And I wouldn't have come for anyone but Jay and Ray. But to be with Jack again, it is so thrilling because they are an integral part of my life. The pain, the pleasures I've been through, the thrills, you know.
See, that's what we want to go into today,
Yeah.
because you've got
Okay.
an incredible story to tell, and that's what, for our viewers, we want to have told.
Okay, just so you know why I'm here.
Oh, well,
I came
sure.
for them because they're dynamite, and they're without them I wouldn't even be sitting here with you because, you know, I'm very sick when everything was over out here for me, and Jay and Ray were very busy, and so was Jack, and my mother was burned to death. I think nightmares began to happen, and I began to get on speed because I couldn't keep up with life, and I went from speed to sleeping pills, and it was a real nightmare. I didn't want to live. It was as simple as that, you know.
I'll tell you what, Betty, let's start kind of back at the beginning.
That's not the beginning?
Well, not quite. I want to talk when
That's
you were...
the beginning of the nightmare.
But when you were a little girl, you
You're
apparently...
going all that way back.
Let's go
All right.
back, way, way back when you
All
were,
right.
you were a little girl, because I think it's important to understand Betty Hutton. Now, when you were a little girl, apparently you didn't get the education you wanted, did you? You
Oh,
weren't
no.
able
Well,
to-
see, that was Depression years. I started at 3 years old. My mother ran a saloon in our house. We sold booze illegally, you know. So I started at 3, you know, singing and dancing. And my mom taught me some of these days, which ruined my throat. No, but that was the style then. And I remember she did a song, turn to the right. A little white light, what? It was always, what leads you to the growl? Well, by the time I hit here, my voice was damn near gone. You know, but it was fun because they were all a bunch of drunks. You know, it was one of those wonderful things to learn, and there's no way for kids to learn that kind of era. The Depression was so heavy you couldn't make a living unless you did something illegal like selling booze or... Maybe if you're very sexy, I guess you could have been a hooker in those days. But my mom was just plain old mom, and she played the ukulele and piano by ear without any education, you know. And no, I didn't. I went to school until I was 9, and then the Depression got so heavy that I had to quit and just work on street corners, you know, anywhere just to earn a buck. And then I started getting into amateur contests. And finally, Vincent Lopez, I was 13, was in Detroit, Michigan. And I had just gotten back from New York where they said, give it up, honey, you have no talent, you know. Wonderful. You know? So my mother met me at the train, and I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. So we went to a nightclub that night. Her boyfriend, my sister was singing at some joint, and we went to some nightclub. And I got up and just went crazy. This style that I have was born then. And I was just so angry, you know, that I hadn't made it in New York at 12 years. I'm 13, you know. And Vincent Lopez was there. And he was running an amateur contest at the Fox Theater. So I got in it and I won it. And the prize was to go on the road with the band for a year. And that was the beginning of everything, you know, turning around.
Well, now, what about your father?
I don't know who he was.
Really?
No.
So essentially, when you grew up as a little girl, you had just a mom. You didn't
That's
have a
right.
dad to...
And I didn't
take
really
you.
have a mom. I took care of her. See, she was so sick that I never was a child. That's when the breakdown came 13 years ago. It's because I had never learned to crawl. So when it crashed around me and Father McGuire found me, you know, near death, he realized that I was a baby that had to be taught how to crawl and then walk and then run.
Now, I'm going to bring up a movie, and I'm going to see if you remember the name of it, okay? This is way
Okay.
back. Public Jitterbug, number
Oh,
one.
it was a movie short in Astoria.
That's right.
It was that Sammy Kahn wrote. Sammy Kahn wrote the music for it. My memory is terrific.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was in Astoria.
And that was in
You know, they got
1937.
big movie studios there now. They're shooting a lot of big movies in.
Are they?
Yeah, they have big studios. But then it was just movie shorts. Yeah,
And so
I remember he did a song, Mr. N-Man, do you know about singing? Do you know swinging? Do you know the kind of songs that I'm singing? Tell me, are you hip? And behind me were guys playing banjos all blacked up on steps, you know? And you were allowed to do blackface then, you know, and I'm out doing this number, and oh my God, that one. And then I did Old man Mose ain't dead. Old man Mosey ain't dead. Old man Mose didn't get the bucket. Old man Mose. And I did a tasket. I lost my yellow. Those are the tunes I was doing then.
You know, I can tell just from talking with you now that singing is in your soul,
My
isn't
soul,
it? You have
yeah.
to sing.
Yeah.
That's why you became a star.
I know what saved my life was that I could get out there and sing a song, do a scene, and get it out, the pain. Backstage, you can have. There's nothing there, because once the audience leave me, I'm alone, and there's nothing. But once the curtain went up, I was on again. It was, you can't live like that forever, but that's how I lived until I crashed.